Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Thursday, January 18th, 2024. The King of the Motos begins today. The motorcycle-only races that precede the King of the Hammers events that start next weekend. Last year, over 80,000 visitors came from all over the world and into the Johnson Valley OHV area to watch the private event held on our public lands. It takes place on the Johnson Valley OHV area, which is maintained by the Bureau of Land Management and is just one of the many off-highway vehicle lands reserved for off-road recreation here in Southern California. Joining us with a look at these unique public lands is amateur overlander Robert Hayden.
BLM land isn't exclusive to the western part of the states, but it's where the majority of the land exists that the federal government owns and in turn the BLM controls. These wide-open public lands exist throughout California, with multiple areas in Southern California alone having particular significance to off-road enthusiasts. OHV areas like Johnson Valley are popular for the varied landscapes that define the valley. Anderson Dry Lake allows for camping near the entrance and for wide-open riding during less busy times. Dry lakes turn to sandy roads and undulating trails that lead to the rocky hills that provide more technical riders a never-ending playground amongst the rocks and boulders. According to the BLM's website, Johnson Valley has over 2,000 feet in elevation variance. Melville Dry Lake is at 2,300 feet, while the Hartwell Hills, where the King of the Hammers tests rock crawlers from all over the United States, sits at over 4,600 feet. Southern California has a long legacy of off-roading, both on two wheels and four. Off-road clubs and 4x4 builders have long used OHV areas in the Mojave like Stoddard Valley, Johnson Valley, El Mirage, and the Imperial Sand Dunes to test themselves and their vehicles. Popular designs like the Myers-Manx Dune Buggy has its roots here in Southern California, and the first truly great Japanese two-stroke Honda created carried the name Elsinore, named after the famous Lake Elsinore Rally. Having space to responsibly recreate on wheeled vehicles is a privilege and a public good, giving those of us who want to travel overland a place to do it without bringing noise and dust to residential areas. It also helps preserve a relatively new way of experiencing the vast amounts of public lands set aside for Americans to explore. We'll take a look at some other public lands that the BLM manages here in the Morongo Basin, like Sunfair Dry Lake, as well as other activities beyond off-roading allowed on BLM land. Those will be upcoming on your Z107.7 local news. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
The Morongo Valley Community Services District Board of Directors held their regular meeting last night, and they considered a number of long-simmering issues impacting the community and the Morongo Valley Fire Department. Gabriel Hart was in attendance and has this recap for us today.
In the continued search for a new general manager, the GM Ad Hoc Committee, comprised of Board Vice President Lynn Watts and Fire Commissioner Lance Fisher, have narrowed down 4 applicants from the 13 received, who they plan to interview at an upcoming special meeting. In the meantime, CSD Administrative Coordinator Brittany Chavez will step up as interim GM. For action items, the board discussed changes to the fire chief's job description. Because there were many changes to the redraft, approval was tabled until the next meeting, along with updates to the fire chief contract, updates to the CSD handbook, and the approval of Smith Marion & Co.'s audit report, which the board has yet to receive. The board passed President Gorky's proposed MVCSD supporter program, since redrafted to the Voluntary Revenue Plan, or VRP. The plan allows Morongo residents to pay a small monthly or annual fee as a chance to support the district facing revenue challenges. With this support, residents will request the CSD waives any balance post-insurance payments received for no-fault emergency services that occur in their home or in the district. For more information on this plan, please visit the story at Z107.7FM.com. Lastly, the board passed the motion to take all outstanding non-resident bills from EF Recovery to collections. Reporting for Z107.7, this is assignment reporter Gabriel Hart.
The 29 Palms Business Improvement District holds their regular meeting this afternoon. The TBID board members are expected to discuss marketing updates for the new year, as well as plans for advertising, event sponsorship, and brand guidelines. The meeting is open to the public and begins at 3:30 p.m. at 6136 Adobe Road in 29 Palms. When California redrew their assembly districts, our Morongo Basin was split. East End District 34 takes in 29 Palms, Landers, Wonder Valley, and Johnson Valley. West End District 47 includes Joshua Tree, Yucca Valley, Morongo Valley, Pioneer Town, and the National Park. Both are represented by Republicans. Greg Wallace, the West End Assemblyman, will be the guest on the Z107.7 Up Close show tomorrow. Wallace will talk about the challenges and priorities of the diverse district with host Gary Deneau. Call in live to speak with Assemblyman Wallace and listen from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. here on Z107.7. Theater 29 will be hosting a unique fundraising event in February. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas tells you that it's time to break out your sequined tuxedo jacket because it's karaoke time.
Has it ever been your dream to be center stage, or at least the center of attention? Well, here is your chance. Theater 29 announces its upcoming Karaoke for a Cause fundraiser event on Saturday, February 3rd at Theater 29. Doors will open at 5:30 p.m. for contest and judge sign-up, with performances starting at 6 p.m., running until 8:30 p.m. Not a singer? Not a problem. Simply come and enjoy special concessions such as nachos, cotton candy, and popcorn as you support your favorite Theater 29 and community performers. Tickets are $15 for general admission, $12.50 for seniors and military, and $10 for children under 12 and students with ID. Or for an additional $20, you can become one of 10 special guest judges. This exclusive package includes VIP seating, a raffle ticket, and table-side concession service. Tickets are available at theater29.org or by calling the Theater 29 box office at 760-361-4151. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Arts and Entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas.
And finally, the Yucca Valley Lady Trojan varsity basketball team took control of first place in the Desert Valley League after defeating the 29 Palms High School Lady Cats at last night's Battle of the Ball. The final score was 69-36, with the Trojans coming out ahead in the home victory. The Trojans are now 9-0 in league, and the Lady Cats are 6-3. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear news happening, let us know about it. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z1077 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmatz.